We were actually talking about ways to do like the most awkward interview and just be like, guys, your record, songs, what up? Just be like, wow, they really... we have Cursed Arrows in here for the first time in the CD library, which I thought was a pretty nice idea to do the interviews in here.
It smells like CDs.
Indeed.
Very nice.
Nice. So we're here with Ryan and Jackie.
Yes.
And you guys, this is one thing I'm kind of confused about is everyone has been asking where you guys are from. And I've seen 3 or 4 different locations in Ontario that I've seen different places mentioned. Your MySpace says you're from Kitchener. So is that where you're actually from? Or is that where you're from now? Or where are you guys from?
MySpace is always good for current information.
Okay.
So I'm currently located in Kitchener.
Okay.
We have bounced around a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
We lived in Guelph for almost 4 years.
4 years.
That's where I kept on seeing that you guys were from Guelph, yeah.
Yeah.
We were in Waterloo, we were in Kitchener.
Yeah.
We bounce around a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
We're kind of from Kitchener, though. We'll say we're from Kitchener.
Yeah, okay.
It makes the most sense. I grew up there. So.
Bounce around due to school or bounce around just for work?
We're restless
or just
people.
Restless
nomads, the gypsy
a
life,
little bit of
Cursed
that.
Arrows.
A little bit of that.
Yeah, we wrote 2 entire albums in Guelph.
Mm-hmm.
So we weren't sure why we'd moved there until we realized we were writing albums. So we just stayed there for a little while and
it was productive.
Started getting a little too reclusive though.
Mm-hmm.
So we drifted back towards my hometown.
Kitchener?
Yeah.
KW.
You went to the big town then?
Yeah, it's a little bigger.
It is a little bigger.
They're like, this
It's
guy's
awesome.
a jerk. So initially you guys started out as called as Arrows.
That's right.
And then
We did.
now you add the Cursed to it. So what was the reasoning behind that? Was it just a name dispute or were bad things going on in the last few years? Or
Surprisingly, no. Usually bands change their name when
it
there's
wasn't anything
legal
negative.
trouble. Or I don't know. We just we got the urge and it seemed like the right time.
Yeah.
We'd recorded an album as Arrows, and we were writing a whole bunch of new songs for the next album, and I don't know. There's a handful of bands called Arrows. That was part of it.
Yeah, we
but
picked up on the fact that there were quite a few bands called Arrows.
Yeah.
It is a pretty common band name worldwide. So that combined with
that was a bit of it.
us feeling like we were evolving constantly as a band, we thought maybe we'd preemptively just
it felt like a good time to do it. Then,
just at least add something to our name to
Did it kind of
differentiate.
feel like a rebirth?
It definitely was.
Yeah, it definitely did.
It was. We because that first CD was sort of like a practice run, I guess. We think of it that way. It was, we were finding our legs as a band, and so changing our name seemed like the right, it was right around when we put out this last album.
So the new record, Telepathic High Five, came out in the end of, I think, in December of 2009
Yes.
on Noise Records.
That's right.
And that's Noyes.
It is.
Yeah, from Halifax,
It is.
Nova Scotia. Which
No and yes.
label we actually just noticed. We love them quite a bit here. We
They're
actually saw
they're
by
all over the place.
Happenstance, the Kestrel CD, which did pretty well here at CJLO. I think you guys are probably the only band that's not from the East Coast, or I think initially.
We
I think now
are.
they play guitar too.
Yeah.
who's-
Play
Play
guitar's in
guitar.
there now. Yeah.
are based in Montreal,
Montreal,
yeah.
as you know.
Yeah.
But I think members
yeah,
from
we
that
were the
band too
first
are from
ones.
Halifax.
They are.
Also,
It goes
Yeah.
back.
I think you guys are like the first
Yeah.
non-East Coast band on the label.
That is true. Yeah.
Yeah, we met Chad on our first tour out east, which was kind of a bust. We didn't really play many shows, and not too many people showed up.
That was a bit
And
of
we
a
were in
practice
really
tour.
bad spirits, but that's when we met Chad, and he was an awesome guy.
Yeah.
And we reconnected after a little while, and
Yeah.
it was
We
the
had
right
a
time. We had
record.
another album by then. So
Yeah.
Now, is it hard to do the whole?
Jeez.
Is this your first time doing a full cross Canada tour, or is that you did something before like that with Arrow?
We did a run out east. We only did 3 or 4 shows, so
Yeah.
we're staying out there for 10 days or so now. It'll be a solid tour this time, I think.
Yeah, it can be
A
kind
little
of
bit.
disconcerting, I guess, or disheartening to do it with
Yeah.
all the gaps.
yes,
The first time
we-
around was a little thin.
Yeah, we left a lot of gaps the first time, and
Yeah.
this time we made sure that we'd be kept busy every day.
It's a hard country to get across.
Yeah,
It can be.
is. That's
Yeah.
why we're staying in the densely populated part for now.
So at least there's something to do.
So at least there's
Yeah.
something to do, cities to
Places to
play
be.
in.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're well situated.
Convenient.
So the new record, Telepathic High Five, like we said, came out in December of 2009, but I think we got it here in early 2010, and it did really well here at the station. It was #1 for 2 weeks, actually, on our charts.
That's fantastic.
That's awesome.
So you guys hooked up with Noise Records, and you put out the record like that. Did it feel kind of like people were starting to notice more? Because I started noticing a lot more press with this
Yeah.
than for the first record.
Yeah, definitely. It's
definitely connecting with noise was a good step.
Yeah.
We mesh well. We have similar tastes, so I'm sure that's been benefiting us. And
yeah, definitely spreads our name out there. It gets us out there to the East Coast. Anyway. Yeah,
I've taken on more focused promotion duties as well for our band. Instead of just kind of hanging back and hoping people will notice that we're playing shows, I'm sitting on the internet all day and communicating virally.
Being
slow and steady.
Helps.
It's
yeah.
It's a slow
Send a lot of
burn.
emails.
Yeah.
It's getting there though. It feels like it's nice because that first time around it was a year and a half ago, and we felt pretty lonely. But
it seems
lonely.
every band though, like when they're first starting out and they do that first tour, especially in Canada, because of the fact that all the cities are so far apart, and then some of the other cities are so much smaller than the other ones that you can come back and feel pretty much like, why are we doing this?
Yeah,
pretty much. Yeah,
we want to avoid that feeling, and we've made a lot of connections in a lot of cities over the years. Ryan's been playing music a lot longer than our band has existed too. So that helps. We have a lot of people.
Yeah, a lot of connections going back, just people we've met over the years.
Who are being nice to us now.
Yeah.
We're reaching out more.
Is it a lot easier touring as a two-piece? Because we saw you guys managed to pack quite a bit of gear into a little Honda Fit.
We are in a hatchback.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd say it is quite easy.
There's less people to split the money between at the end of the night. It works out okay. It's a little tight in the Fit. But,
I'm sure. I've driven a Fit before. Now, what do you guys think of the Honda Fit, man? That's what I want to know.
It's a very nice vehicle.
Yes, we would condone driving that vehicle.
Overall, I hated it, man.
Really?
It's such a small car, and it has such a large blind spot. I couldn't believe that for that car.
That's a good point.
But it's good for gas.
It is. It's
going
to get us out there and back with any luck.
We do find it quite small, though.
Yeah.
It's cozy.
It feels a little like a go-kart at times, but
we'll make it work.
A safe go-kart.
Yeah, yeah.
So everyone keeps coming up with the list of influences for you guys, and they're listing off the I guess you could call them sort of grungy mid-90s bands. Everyone mentions Melvins, Nirvana, Pixies.
Yeah.
This funny thing is you did an Elliott Smith cover in here.
That's right.
And our assistant production director, Lachlan, who was recording you guys, he was actually saying that you guys sort of sound like when Elliott Smith plays live with like a band.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Very nice.
And I was like, that's kind of interesting.
Aw,
but
that's good to hear.
The cool thing is I've read reviews of you guys, and people seem to mention that sort of connection, and they kind of mention it and they list it off as in like, well, initially I thought this would be just another lame sort of grunge ripoff band, but they totally don't come across like that. So I guess that's always good to know.
Very happy to read those things.
Yeah.
It's, what we're doing seems to be interpreted in the right way. Yeah. Definitely. It seems to be going in the right way.
I think it's easy to make a bad first impression though, just based on being described as a male-female two-piece.
Yeah,
grungy two-piece.
A lot of preconceived. People go into listening to our music with a preconceived notion sometimes. I think so. It's nice to. I don't want to say prove people wrong, but just to be like, we can do. Two people can do a lot more than what people consider to be the usual, I guess.
Yeah, we've played Tom Petty covers and Black Sabbath. And
I've noticed that online on your MySpace, you guys list off a whole bunch of wide range of covers that you guys do.
Try to keep it fresh. Yeah. Try to keep busy.
Did you guys go into this wanting to be a two-piece, or did it kind of end up like that, or was that the initial idea?
It kind of ended up this way. I was writing and performing solo music, and I was in a band when we met. And the solo music, Jackie started playing with me, playing shows. That just sort of led to us writing stuff together, and it was a natural evolution, I guess. We never planned on staying a two-piece, but we never planned on being one in the first place either, I guess.
So it just kind of worked out
happened,
like that. Yeah.
And it was all right.
Well, for a two-piece, you guys are pretty damn loud.
Thank you.
Well, the other thing too is based on the fact that your music is loud rock music. You guys still did an acoustic show I saw on your
we did do that. We did do that.
And that must have been pretty cool.
It was.
We did a couple. We did one in a cafe, and that was fine. It was appropriate for the surroundings. And we did one in our own house. We had a house show with, I think there was a 5-band lineup.
Local bands.
It was very
Waterloo bands.
Very well attended. Our house was full.
We sat and played in our living room. It was interesting. It was a strange thing. You're used to being somewhere else performing, being in our living room was pretty surreal.
Yeah.
But
well, we sat down to play our first acoustic song, I would say ever, as Cursed Arrows. And one of our party guests slipped and fell and hit his head on the back porch.
Oh God!
During the song, so one of our guests came in and told us that we needed an ambulance, and they called 911.
Stitches required. It was
so the show was broken up then.
So even when you guys are acoustic, it's still rock and roll.
Yeah,
something happens.
We're still cursed when we're acoustic.
He was
that was
okay.
The last time
he
we
was
tried
all right. We got word later that night, but it was a weird. It was halfway through our very first song, I think.
Yeah.
It was a strange
we took
omen.
it as a bad omen. So we're gonna be careful how many acoustic shows we play from now on.
Maybe we should keep this down to a minimum, guys.
Yeah.
So you guys are working on new material. It said on your press release for the tour, which I gotta say is pretty hilarious. That you guys are.
I'm glad you appreciate our
testing out.
That's a lot of
testing out new material for a new full length that you guys are going to be recording, or that you already have recorded.
We have not recorded yet. We've got 12 or 13 songs.
Yeah.
Written, ready to go already. They kind of came about really quickly, so we don't have plans, but we're going to want to record pretty soon.
Do you want to put it out this year or maybe next year?
Yeah, if we can, I think.
I'm thinking it'll be recorded this year for sure.
Yeah.
I don't know when it'll come out because we're determined to press only vinyl.
Oh, really?
This time around. Yeah,
we're
with our third album.
So
we couldn't afford to press vinyl.
For the most part, we're a self-financed band, so that's a slow thing to work towards as well. But
so we're going to hold off a while and see how our band funding pans out before we release it, but it'll be recorded this year.
Is Telepathic Hi-Fi going to be put out on vinyl soon, or?
I would hope so.
Yeah,
we'd like to do another run of those on vinyl because we could only manage to press 500 CDs for now. So
out of our pocket.
Pretty limited.
It was it's a good start. But yeah, vinyl's where we really want to have our music. We did want to do high five initially that way, but it's the cost.
It's expensive.
Yeah.
It seems everybody seems to be veering a little bit more towards doing things on vinyl and offering the digital as opposed to the CDs.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
It's I don't know. I appreciate it. I'm happy to hear anyone who echoes that because I'd say the same thing everybody says. It is an awesome, tangible format, and we want to do it that way. If we
I like having the mix of tangible and intangible, though. I don't like the idea of just downloading music exclusively.
Yeah,
and never having,
of course,
at least a CD.
It'll be nice to have a little silk-screened Telepathic High Five on spatter maroon vinyl.
Exactly what I have in mind.
Someday soon.
There you go. Well, guys, thanks a lot for coming by. And
thank you.
Hopefully we'll see you guys around here soon. You're coming back May 22nd to play your show at Casa del Popolo.
That's right.
And then hopefully you'll be back here soon.
With any luck, very soon.
Yeah.
Cool.
Very
it's
soon.
hard to stay away.
Good. Well, thanks so much.
Thank you for having us.
Cursed Arrows, myspace.com/
Arrows Band.
Okay. And then the website is cursedarrows.com.
The website's cursedarrows.com.
And you guys also have a blog too?
We have cursedarrows.blogspot.com.
All over the internet.
We're
you
trying.
Even have a Vimeo page too, don't you?
I think we do. Yeah. I think we do. We're trying to keep up.